Hi, I'm TJ, and this is Jess. And you know what they say in the content creation business? It's not easy to create a sequel. But here we are, in episode 2.
We're going to show you how to roast a chicken with chocolate stuffing.
We are?
If you can't wait for dessert till after dinner, we've got a fix that's a tasty little winner. Stuff some chocolate inside of that bird. When people see it on their plates, they'll think that it's a turd.
Hold on, no.
You didn't even let me finish.
That sounds like you're going in an inappropriate direction. We need to start with
You
better
don't even know what I'm going to
song.
sing.
Oh, I know what you were going to sing.
Would you please let me finish?
Go ahead, but I know what you're going to say.
When people see it on their plates, they'll think that it's a turkey.
Oh, a turkey.
Yeah, they'll think it's a turkey, not a chicken.
That's weird.
I know.
How do they mix
when
up
people see it on their plates, they'll think that it's a turkey.
Two totally different birds.
I know. I think people just see a bird with dark brown substance oozing out from its underbelly, and they just assume that it's a turkey.
You know what? Just add it to the list.
I know.
Nothing surprises me with people anymore.
Shocking.
What's going to happen next? Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. We're so grateful to have you here. We got so much great response on our last episode, we said we should do that again.
One more time.
We had quite a scare this week. Jess handed me her phone with 911 connected, saying hello, while I was in the kitchen.
Because the phone slid off the pillow onto the floor that morning, and the touch screen didn't work anymore.
Oh yeah, well, because you dropped your phone
and
too many times.
I hadn't told you. First of all, I was just so shocked that it was connected that I just threw it to you like it was a hot potato. And you were finally like, hello?
You said, what do I do? I said, we have to tell them there's not an emergency here. So I get on the phone with this operator and I said, yeah, my wife did this by accident. Let me put her on the phone so she could tell you she's okay. Before I could even put you on the phone, he said, okay, thank you, and hung up. So you know what that means? The police are coming. They don't just hang up and not show up. How many times have they heard, oh no, she's fine, or oh no, she did this by accident. Don't worry about that muted screaming. That's nothing. So I start panicking. I go, well, now the police are coming. I got to figure out what I'm going to do about this place. Our apartment's a mess. I don't want the cops to come in and see the shoes all over the place, the toys. It's embarrassing. So I start frantically trying to clean up because I have maybe 2 minutes max.
I mean, I don't think it's that embarrassing. Don't you think so many families in quarantine probably have some mess in their home at this point?
Now our daughter Charlie is finding out that the cops are coming, and so I talk to her and I tell her the news, and you could see the look of shock on her face.
I hope they don't come.
I'm just a little concerned about our apartment, Charlie.
Because it's messy.
Yeah. What should I do if the police come? What do I tell them?
Just say, that's okay, my girls have made a big mess.
What's that?
That's okay, we're not in danger. My girls have made a big mess.
Well, that's actually the truth, right? You guys made the mess? What?
Yeah.
Okay, I've tried to do a quick cleanup, but it's the best I could do. I picked up the 17 different shoes, most of which didn't have a pair. I threw them into our little shoe armoire.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Doesn't make any sense, but okay. When did you become a teenager?
So another minute went by, no cops. About 5 minutes went by, no cops. 10 minutes and I started to think, okay, maybe they're not coming. And if they are, terrible response to an emergency. But then after about an hour, I thought, okay, well, there's no cops coming.
Yep.
Apparently this kind of thing happens all the time. As a matter of fact, I remember when a listener called, she was a 911 operator, and I asked her, I said, does this kind of thing happen? She said, all the time. So I think they're just used to it. They probably heard you fumbling with the phone saying,
kids.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you got a very good read on the situation, and I'm grateful that we didn't have to deal with that awkwardness.
That we didn't waste their resources.
One thing about you that I love a lot of things about you, but one thing that you're really good at, you're good at being peaceful in frustrating situations. Because losing a phone is frustrating for people.
Well, I don't know if I'm good at that. I think it's just a choice that you have to make, right? I actually consciously, when I realized my phone was broken and that I don't know when I'll have a phone again, I had to consciously decide I'm not going to let this ruin my day.
But you go down the list of all the things you do have, which I love. It's like a great course of action. You go, oh, okay, I don't have my phone, but I have this, I have my health, I have my family. They're great.
Well, it's true.
Puts everything in perspective immediately. But we were talking later in the day, and I said, I think social media distancing is actually a great thing that all of us could maybe try. Yeah. And I actually want to challenge you right now And I know this is sort of like breaking the mold of what social influencers do. Is that what we are, by the way?
I mean,
At least,
I think we're just
if we're
people.
making videos on the internet, I think that's what we are. But I'll break the social influencer mold. I don't know. What is the internet going to do? I'm going to suggest that you go and check the list of people you follow right now and ask yourself this question.
Wait a second. Are you really telling these people to turn off our video right now?
I'm just trying to explain.
What you're saying is go subscribe to our YouTube channel and then walk away.
Well, no.
It's like a bakery giving its recipe. They are essentially saying, you don't need me.
Yeah, I get it. It's like a zookeeper saying this is a fact. You don't need to see a lion if you have a kitty cat.
That's it. It's like a movie theater saying, get out of the dark. Go live your life. Take a walk in the park.
Exactly. We're the worst influencers around. We're the worst influencers in town.
We've got a YouTube channel, though we barely mention it. Instagram handles, we won't pressure you to click. Get off your phones, leave us alone. Go live your life, talk to your husband.
Or your wife.
Talk to anyone in a real life.
Yeah, you get it.
Okay.
But I still want to encourage you to go look at the people you follow on your Instagram. Go through the list, and then come back here. I'm going to make the screen go dark in a moment, so you know exactly where to come back. And then I want to make a point on the other side of this. You came back.
TJ, half of them left.
We know we don't really care about that half. After we scroll through all the people we follow, I want to ask the question, do these people make me feel uplifted? Do they make me feel encouraged? Do they make me feel peaceful? Do they make me feel loved? And if the answer isn't a resounding yes, then is social media distancing really a bad thing for all of us to consider?
And to your point, I've been reading this really awesome book called The Danish Way of Parenting. It's not sponsored. I bought the book because I want to be a better parent. They talk about how the people of Denmark have been voted for 40 years consistently the happiest people in the world. Guess where America is?
2.
Number 17. And they make this contrast, this comparison in the book where they talk about Hollywood movies that America makes, where it's happily ever after, the boy gets the girl, they get the dream job, the money, and it all looks great tied up in this neat bow at the end, by the end of the movie. And it makes us kind of walk away feeling like, well, why doesn't my life reflect that? And what's wrong with me? In contrast, the Danes make movies that are sadder and more nuanced, and it's not always this perfect ending. And it makes people walk away feeling grateful for what they have and realizing that, yeah, life is messy sometimes, but like it's still worth living. And I just think it's an interesting comparison to what we let into this very sacred space of our mind. Like, what are we looking at with social media, and are we allowing voices into our lives that are authentic and real and encouraging and inspiring, but talk about how life is sometimes hard and sometimes messy, but always worth living? So
Yeah.
I just thought that was a really awesome point, and it encouraged me.
It's a good parallel.
I love that phrase, social media distancing. Let's say you do narrow down who you're following and they are encouraging and inspiring. I still think it's important to just put your phone down sometimes and be fully present, or go on a walk and let your thoughts be the loudest voice in your mind, and just be a human without constantly being entertained and fed content. Like, be yourself and see what's going on inside.
Distance, just a break.
Like
And
a healthy
it
balance.
Well, we have a case study here. You felt good.
You know what? I told you. I said, I actually think I'm going to start doing this every week. Like, have a certain day or like amount of time that I don't use my phone.
We had such a connected day when
Yeah.
that whole thing went down.
Yeah.
And I felt really grateful to have you in a different way. Like, no phones. I locked my phone up in
No,
a
you
drawer
didn't.
too.
Every once in a while, you'd take it out and you'd just be like, you'd do it right in front of me, and it
But it
was
wasn't-
so annoying.
It wasn't all day. Most of the day we were connected
No,
and we were
we
hanging
were.
out with the girls. It
It's
was
healthy.
wonderful.
It's really, really healthy.
As a matter of fact, we had more time to spend with the girls, and one of them, Charlie, came to the rescue for me. We had a different kind of emergency in our apartment. Charlie, can you help me with something, please?
No.
I need help.
No.
I help you all the time. My glasses stopped working and I don't know what to do. What are you doing? You fixed them?
Yeah.
What'd you do to fix them?
I turned them the other way around.
Oh my goodness, I was experimenting with a new look. I never knew that would break them. Charlie. So on this new little show that we're gonna do temporarily, when I say something like that, then you laugh. You go, ah. And you go ahead and just a little bit harder, like what I said was really funny. All right, that was good. I'm training her how to be our audience.
To be our laugh track.
And by the way, you have Charlie to thank for my great look today. Jess, you are correct. We might be the worst YouTube promoters in the history of the internet.
I think this seals it.
If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, good luck finding it. I don't even know how to tell you how to get there.
You know what? I feel like it's
No, I'm being for real.
I know, but I feel like
I think you got to type in Jess and TJ, and then there might be a video that pops up. And we'll be here on Instagram too. Make sure you follow Jess at Jessica Latshaw. I said it last week. Jess is an amazing writer. She really is. She's putting out a book very soon.
Finishing it.
It's already through an editor once, and you're going through the next draft. And I think you'll find it to be a great decision if you follow her, and then you can social media smother her.
Social media.
Yeah. This is a girl worth smothering.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Thank you for spending time with us. We're so grateful to have you here, and maybe we'll do this again next week. This was fun.
Yeah, like one more time. I always feel kind of good about committing to one more time. Gonna be okay. Just gotta make it through another day. Oh. Gonna be alright. Just gotta make it through another night. Gonna be.
Sounded good.
Gonna be okay.
Sounded great. Until I got involved with that last part. All right, let's set the vibe with a kiss.
Oh, all right. Okay, it's just like our first kiss.